Welcome, everybody, to the Jim Masters Show Live. How are you and you and you and you from all around the world? Good to have you with us. We hope you are in the mood to be entertained and informed, educated, and inspired, because that's what this entertainment lifestyle talk show series is truly all about. Happy holidays to everybody watching. Happy Hanukkah, Merry Christmas, Kwanzaa, New Year's coming up. It's good to see all those smiley faces. You didn't think I could see you, right? Some of you are dressed to the nines. Some of you are still in your pajamas. But whatever the case may be, you're always welcome here at the Jim Masters Show Live. We have our international audience of viewers, or as many of you call yourselves, lovities. And that's because I said the show is really positive, a lot of inspiration, light, love, and levity. And then I fouled up and I combined love and levity, and we came up with loveity. And you guys fell in love with that word. Now you call yourselves the lovities, which is pretty cool. The world could use a little more of that, right? Call me Mr. Levity, and you call this Levity Hall. Well, it kind of looks like the inside of Santa's workshop. We've been tweaking our home studio here, making it much more festive for the holiday season. And you guys have been saying you enjoy that, and we appreciate that. And we toast all of you from all around the world, you and you and you. We thank you very much for joining us here on the show. Hope everybody is doing well. We've got an amazing guest on the show. Been a fan of his work for years. Millions of people are. We're talking about the renowned cartoonist, animator, filmmaker, Bill Plympton. I'm sure you know his work. I'm sure you've seen his work, whether it's in the newspapers or short film or whatever it may be, independent film. He is an extraordinary artist, and he really started from early beginnings and just built his way up on his own in a way that is extraordinary. He's got an amazing story, starting in Oregon all the way to his work in New York for some of the big publications, Vanity Fair, Playboy, you name it, syndicated in newspapers for years as well. But then, of course, going into feature films and some really cool, thought-provoking and fun films as well. And we're going to take a look at a couple of clips too. He's here. He's live and direct from New York City. It's a pleasure to have him here. We're going to welcome quickly some of our levity viewers around the world, and then we'll welcome Bill right on. He's waiting in the wings. He's in our green room right now. He's having some lobster and champagne. We gave him the finest cheeses and chocolates from around the world. So we know how to spoil our guests, and that's what he's enjoying right now. Maybe not. He probably just had a tuna melt and he's got a cup of coffee next to him. Anyway, we like to have fun on this show. Mary Bishop says, hello, Jim, and wonderful to be here. Good to see you, Mary, in Florida, in the Netherlands. Hello, Jim and my friends from Willie in Holland. Good to see you as well. Merlin from Canada. Hey there, Jim and Lovities. Good to see you as well, Merlin in Canada. And Wozniak, nice to see you. And hello, Jim and everyone. Hope this it's been a great day for all. Absolutely. Good to see you, Ann. In Connecticut, Sharon DeMaria is here. Happy Tuesday evening, everyone. Good to see you as well from Cleveland, Ohio. Good evening, Jim and Lovities from Cleveland. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Thank you, Kathy. Marilyn is here from Wichita, Kansas. Hi, Jim and all our Lovities. Nice to see you, Marilyn. Jill Jason is here as well. Jill, hi, everyone. Good to see you as well, Jill. Marcia is here. Good evening to all. Good to see you, Marcia Watson from South Africa. We have Juanita here. Hi, Jim and everyone. Good to see you as well from Southern California. Happy Tuesday, everyone. Hope all are having a blessed day. It's good to see you as well from Southern California. Renee Katz is here from what she calls the Midlands. Not the Midlands of Australia, the Midlands of Flushing, Queens, New York. That's our running joke. Good to see you, Renee. Hope your family's doing well. And Merlin's toasting. Tina is here. Hi, Jim. Poconos are in the house. Pennsylvania representative from New York City. Kathleen, hiya, Jim. Hope all is well there. Absolutely. Morton is here. Hi, Jim. Good to see you, Morton. Welcome to the show. Nice to see you watching on our YouTube channel. Hope everybody will subscribe to our channel. We would love that right there at Jim Masters TV. The blue shirt is popping. Yeah, we like color here at the Jim Masters Show. Our guest, Bill Plympton, likes color too, and you can tell in his amazing work. Thank you very much. Claudia is here. Hello, Jim and Lovities. Hope your Tuesday's been well. You too as well. Greetings from Norway. That is fantastic. Nice to see you in Norway. Beautiful country there in Norway. We've had guests on the show from Sweden and other parts of Europe. It's nice to see you, Morten. Welcome to the show. Crystal, hello to you as well. National Brownie Day. What are we doing sitting here doing the show? I should be having some brownies. Hope you're having a fantastic day. Looking forward to an amazing show with inspiration, conversation, and levity. At 7:12, do we have time to get out some brownies anywhere? Anybody can get us some brownies? Thanks. So you're watching in Connecticut. Good to see you as well. And a couple more quick ones here. Jill Houston, who is our guest Monday on our 4 p.m. matinee show. Hi, Jim. Happy to be back here in Levity Hall tonight. Good to see you, Jill. Of course, she's a wonderful singer, songwriter. She teaches the Alexander technique as well there in Manhattan. Nice to see you, Jill. And Christine Clifton watching on our YouTube channel from North Carolina. Greetings, Jim and Levity friends. We are all welcoming renowned cartoonist Bill Plympton to the show tonight. Looking forward to a great conversation in Levity Hall soon. Well, it is my pleasure to welcome him to the show. And you saw, of course, in our promotions, the photo that we used, or I should say the drawing. Isn't that correct? That's him. And it's amazing. He is just one extraordinary talent. Very excited. But we've actually got the real him here. Watch. It's magic. Just press a couple of buttons and watch what happens. Boom, there he is. How are you, my friend?
Hey. Happy to be here, Jim.
A lot of color and a lot of levity on this show, huh?
Yes, levity. I love it. That's great.
So how have you been? And you've been keeping busy during these interesting times where we're all sort of homebound and, socially distant.
Well, the good
creative.
news is I work alone, so I'm getting so much work done. It's just unbelievable. I can work from morning at 5 in the morning till 9 at night, and I get so much done. I don't have to worry about going out and meeting people and having dinner. So for an animator, it's not so bad.
You save a lot of money that way too. You not have to going out with all the dinner. Juanita welcomes you from South Africa.
Hi, Juanita.
Anne from Southern California. Welcome to the world's best talk show. Thank you, Anne. I want to print that out and put on highway billboards. I like that one. Our dear mutual friend, June is here, of course. Bill Haya from June, Rachelson Aspa.
Hi, June.
Tina, welcomes you to Levity Hall. Bill, they call this Levity Hall. Marilyn welcomes you from Kansas. Kathy Short welcomes you from Cleveland. Crystal welcomes you from Connecticut. Merlin welcomes you from Canada. Welcome, Bill, to Levity Hall. You're now a Levity. You're one of the Levities. There's Oscars, Emmys, Tellys, Tonys, Peabodys. But when you get it, Levity from the Jim Masters Show Live, I imagine your feet are tingling about now, aren't they?
Yes, I'm very excited. After eating all that lobster, I need this.
That's why you're seated. You can't move because we gave you all that delicious food in the green room. So you've been creative, which is really terrific. I was rewatching some of your work, which I've always enjoyed. I love your unique perspective and your unique take on things and perspective on life. You really get the human condition and all of the idiosyncrasies and all the oddities and all the wonderful things about life. And you just demonstrate it in such a beautiful way through your films, your animation, the cartoons as well. Let's talk a little bit about how you got started. First, coming originally from Oregon, what were some of those early inspirations in your life? Were there family members who were in this line of work as well? Or
no. I was just saw Disney on TV when I was 5 or 6, and I fell in love with that. I wanted to make people laugh. I knew that. I wasn't a very funny guy, so I knew my drawings could make people laugh. So my goal was to be an animator, actually. But when I got out of school at Portland State University, animation was dead. It was a dying art form. So I went into cartoons. I did political cartoons, caricatures, comic strips, illustrations, things like that. And it wasn't until 1987 when I did my first short film that was really mine. And that was called Your Face. And that was very bizarre because this was the first real film I did. And it just shot like a rocket. I mean, it got nominated for an Oscar, won prizes all over the world. I sold it to MTV, to BBC, to Canal Plus. I sold it everywhere, and I was making all this money with my first film, and that's very rare. I want to tell people that's not that easy. I don't know why it happened, but that was just in the beginning when animation was starting to take off.
And this is it, right? This one?
Yeah, that's it. Very good. That's Your Face. It's not really my face. It's not really your face, but the name of the film
Yeah.
is Your Face. And it's I think I might have been doing drugs when I did it because it's a very strange, I hope I can say that. It's a very strange film, very bizarre. And I think that's why people liked it. It was very different. It wasn't Walt Disney, it wasn't Pixar. It was totally weird and unique.
And it really stand out. So when you created that, what was your intention? What were you thinking? Or is it something different? It's, beauty's in the eye of the beholder type thing where everybody gets something different from it.
I just thought it'd be fun to experiment with taking a person's face and see how many ways I could do weird things to it.
Yeah.
And I didn't really expect it to go anywhere. I remember the first screening I had was in New York, a big auditorium, and I was afraid that nobody would like it because there's no editing. There's one character. There's one shot. It's the whole thing is one shot, and there's no story. It's just an experiment.
Right.
And after about 3 seconds of showing the film, people broke out laughing. And I can't tell you, I felt like I was levitating. I mean, I felt like I was high because I never heard laughter, that much laughter before for one of my drawings, one of my films. And so afterwards, we went out and had drinks. I got to meet all these other animators. I didn't know who the hell they were. And the next day, I called up all my magazines and newspapers. I said, I'm quitting print. I'm going into animation. And they all laughed and said, don't you know animation's dead? Nobody does animation anymore. It's a dying art form. I said, no, I think I can do it. And the film, MTV showed it all the time, and I was making lots of money. So it was a really weird experience, this first film. I'd never had that kind of experience before.
I know there was a book early on for you that really, in doing my research, stood out for you, that really triggered something that was already there. And I think it pushed it forward for you early. And that's this one, right?
Yep. This is from Bob Thomas. And I met Bob. He interviewed me actually when my feature film came out. And this, I was actually going to Disneyland. And I have an aunt that lives in Long Beach. And so we went to Disneyland. I was, I think, 12 or something. And my folks gave me $20 to go on all the rides. And I saw this book and I said, I want to get that book. And my aunt said, no, it's, all your money will be gone. You can't go on the rides. And I said, I don't care. I don't want to go on the rides. I want to learn animation. And this is my key to becoming an animator.
And then there was another one that really influenced you, Preston's book.
Preston Blair. Yeah, this is a classic. Preston is one of my heroes too. He was one of the greatest Tex Avery animators. He did work for Fantasia and a lot of the great Disney films. And I actually met him before he died. And he's a big guy, bigger than me. I'm pretty tall, but he's bigger than me. And he was a genius. And this book influenced so many animators. It's incredible.
So that book, again, was really instrumental for you as well. And what ages were you when these impressions were being made on you, Bill? Were you a youngster? Or?
Yeah, I was 12. I was in junior high, maybe, and I was drawing all the time. I knew I wanted to draw cartoons, and I was hoping to be an animator, but, who knew? In fact, I sent a letter. I should tell you this story. I sent a letter to Disney when I was 14, I think, and showed them my drawings of Mickey Mouse and Donald Duck and everything. And the Disney studio sent me a letter back saying, your work shows promise, but, you're too young. So after I got nominated for an Oscar for Your Face, the Disney studio called me up and they sent a lawyer to my apartment. And he comes in with a nice suit and tie and a big briefcase and pulls out a contract and says, Disney Studios wants to offer you $1 million to come work for us. And I go, finally, they see my talent. They know I'm a good animator. Unfortunately, at this time, I was working on my first feature, The Tune, and I said I didn't want to give that up. Also, I asked the guy, I said, this is great. This will change my life. Can I still do my weird cartoons on the weekend? And he said, yeah, you can do those, but Disney will own those. I said, well, what if I tell a funny joke? Oh, well, that's Disney's. And I said, what if I have a dream? He said, well, Disney owns that. So I said, I don't know if I'm the right fit for Disney. And that's hard to do. When I was really struggling, I needed the money and $1 million. I mean, I could have done some great stuff with that. But this is why they call me the king of indie animation, because I want to do my own stories. I don't want to do Disney stories with happy endings and cute queens and princesses and stuff like that. I probably would have stuck something sexy, some nudity in there for one frame, and gotten in trouble and probably would have been fired real quick. So I said no to Disney at $1 million, which was my lifelong dream.
Yeah.
But I think I made the right decision. I think it's working out okay.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. And that's what's great about, your story, because so many things have come your way and you are considered the king of indie animation. You're actually the first person to hand draw an entire animated feature film, right?
I've done 8 of them, actually. Eight animated features. I've done every drawing on the film. And I got boxes of them in my studio, boxes and boxes of all the drawings.
Now, people also, of course, know you from being syndicated in the national newspapers, and also in a lot of the major magazines as well, right? Playboy, Variety, National
Well, not
Lampoon.
really. That was so long ago.
That was
like
a long time.
30 years ago. Now they
Yeah.
know me from The Simpsons. I do a lot
Yes.
of animation for The Simpsons. I do the couch gags. In fact, I got a new one coming out in March, and that'll be for the 700th show of The Simpsons. So it's a real honor to be a part of that 700th show. So I love The Simpsons and Matt Groening.
You work with Mike Reese. He was on.
I know him. I don't work with him, but I know he's a good guy. And Matt Groening, I grew up with him in Portland, Oregon. He's a Portland guy. I met his father, Homer, first, and he makes great films, industrial live action films. And through him, I met his son, Matt.
So for folks watching who are maybe now getting familiar with your work, how do you describe the technique? What it's actually called?
It's hand drawn. It's just sometimes pen and ink or sometimes pencil. I can do a drawing for you if you want.
That would be awesome. Yeah.
Want to do a drawing? Okay.
Absolutely.
Let me be sure and tell me if the paper's on camera, because
we'll give you a full screen.
So that's it there. That you can work with that. Okay, so this is my new film I'm working on. It's called Slide. These are some of the character sketches, and I'm going to do. These are the 2 bad guys, the big fat guys. Those are the bad guys. I'm going to do one of those guys for you, and I'll show you how I do it. Well, fat guys are pretty easy. Basically, an egg shape like that, and this is actually the good bad guy. There's a good bad guy and a bad guy. And so this is his face, and they wear bib overalls. It takes place in Oregon, actually, on the mountain. It's a logging town in Oregon, and very tiny feet and tiny legs, because I want to accentuate their roundness. And then once I have this, then I go in and do the inking. Do you want me to speed up, or am I doing okay? Am I getting boring? Oh, can you see it?
Oh, no, everybody's loving it. They're saying it's amazing.
Now you can see it.
Yeah.
Okay, now this is the fun part. I go in there. Whoops, piece of ink. And I start doing the inking, and that's where it really comes together. It has a little ponytail. It's kind of a hippie guy, although it takes place in the 40s. He was a hippie before his time. And in fact, one of the reasons I wanted to be on your show was I wanted to do a Kickstart campaign to raise money to finish the film. It's about halfway done, and we just need a little bit of money to get us over the edge. So I'm hoping that I can show you my Kickstart address so people can help out with the finishing the film. So now I go in and I do all this cross hatching and scribbling and get it nice and shady. I'll do some shadows. Yeah, that's good. So I do one of these every 10 minutes. I can do a drawing every 10 minutes, and that way I can do about, I don't know, 10 seconds of animation a day if I'm able to, to work without interruption. But anyway, it's a musical. It's very cool. It's kind of Hank Williams musical. It's Hank Williams type of music and Patsy Cline and that kind of stuff, which I love. I grew up in Oregon listening to that kind of music. And the music is all done. The animation is halfway done, so we're really close. So it's very, very exciting. Let me put some shadows here. Something like that. That's the guy. His name is Zeke, actually. He's a real country boy, country bumpkin. But these guys run a corrupt town in Sourdough Creek, and they want to build a dam so they can make a movie there. They need a beautiful lake for Hollywood, this Hollywood company. And so they build a dam, and the dam falls apart and kills all these people. And so this mythical cowboy comes in, this slide guitar player who's a musician, and he comes in and gets rid of the bad guys. So something like that. I don't know if you can see it.
Wow, that's amazing.
That's the bad guy.
That is so cool.
Zeke. Could I hold up the Kickstart sign real quick?
Sure.
So if you're interested in supporting, you get a lot of cool rewards too. Go to kickstartslide.com and you can get it, do a voice in the film. I can design a character for you. You can do a phone call for me, and I'll talk about animation hints. I'll look at your portfolio. If you got a portfolio you want to polish up and send it around, I'll give you advice on that. You can get DVDs, books, drawings, all sorts of cool stuff. So definitely check us out.
Very cool, very cool. And we'll have you show that again towards the end.
Yeah, thank you.
So again, you were talking about some of those early influences too, and in '87 you won that Oscar nomination for Your Face, which you mentioned as well, and then in 2005 another Oscar nomination for Guard Dog.
Oh, you did your research. Thank you.
Yeah, and you won the prestigious Cannes 1991 Palme d'Or, and in 2001 another short film, Eat, won the grand prize for short film in Cannes Critic Week.
The French love me. I'm a big superstar in France. Here in America, nobody knows who the hell I am.
You even collaborated with Madonna, Kanye West, and Weird Al Yankovic in a number of music video and book projects too, huh?
Yes. I love doing music videos because that's why I'm doing this film, Slide. The name of the film is Slide, because I love music. The way music works with animation, it's something really fantastic. It's magical. Because you see some of the great Disney films like Fantasia, where you got music with animation. I don't know what's so great about animation and music together, but it just works so well. It's wonderful to do. And I like to listen to the music while I'm drawing, and it just goes so easily. It's so much fun.
So that really inspires you. Do you follow the music? How does the music influence what the result of your work is?
Well, it does a lot because I feel the personality of the person through the music. And so that sort of lets me know the timing, the spacing, the movement, the facial expressions. A lot of it is dictated by the music. I should mention the musicians on this film are Maureen McKellarad, who actually did the song for Your Face and the tune, and Hank Bones, who is a wonderful musician that lives down in North Carolina.
We have a great clip. We've got some nice photos or nice drawings we're going to show, but also two cool clips. One is bar sequence. Tell us about that one, Bill.
I'm not sure I don't know what Rachel sent you. Yeah. I'll tell you what, why don't you show it and then I'll tell you the story behind it.
And then we'll chat after. That sounds good. We'll surprise our viewers and you.
And me, yes.
All right, here's bar sequence. Fill up those glasses.
Yeah, right. Pretty weird. Okay, I know one you're talking.
So tell
First
us
of
about
all, I
that.
want to
That was cool.
apologize. The voices aren't recorded yet. We don't have voices. So we just put the actors in there, had to move the mouth, and when the voices come in, then we'll lip sync the voice. I apologize for that.
So
Also,
that was like an exclusive preview clip
that
we
is,
did.
nobody has seen that before. You're the first ones to see it.
Another world premiere on our show.
Yes,
It happen all the
but
time.
it's going to be colored, obviously. It's going to be fine tuned. It's very rough, very crude. It's almost an animatic.
But
But
really cool. Kathy
yeah,
asks, how many sketches does that take to do something like that?
that one took about 100 drawings, something like that, maybe 150 drawings.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
hard to know.
yeah,
But you can see the texture of the characters and some of the star. The star was a woman, the really beautiful woman with the eyes and the mouth and nose way down on her chin.
yeah.
Her name is Delilah, and she falls in love with the guitar player. So that's
Mm.
sort of the drama, the romance of the film.
We've got another one here. This is first scene. Tell us about this one, Bill.
Okay, this one is the opening of the film, and this music is finished music. We have this from Marina and Hank, and it just shows you the deadly side of the desert and of the film. It's not it is a funny film, but there's a lot of noir in here. So I wanted to get some of that evil stuff in there. So here we go.
All right, let's take a look at this clip as well. First scene, and enjoy.
I can settle down and be doing just fine till I hear an old freight rolling down the line. Then I hurry straight home and pack. And if I didn't go, I believe I'd blow my stack. I love you, baby, but you gotta understand, when the Lord made me, he made a rambling man.
Yeah,
Very cool. Very cool.
I apologize again. I thought that was all colored, but that's why we need the money for
For the color.
Kickstartslide.com. The color and the voices. We need to get the voices, so we got to hire some voice artists to do the voices.
Would you like to borrow some color from our set?
Yes, man, you're loaded with color. No, it's going to be a very monochromatic look, very kind of sepia, dark, and a kind of a lot of brown. So it looks like it's old. It's an old film from the 40s. You know, when I was growing up in Oregon, in the mountains, I grew up in the woods. My dad listened to this music all the time, Hank Williams and Patsy Cline and Merle Haggard, and that was kind of instilled in me. And I still love that music. I especially love Emmylou Harris. And so it just seemed natural that I would take that music and use it to make a Western. I love Westerns. You know, they're really, really cool.
Absolutely. Absolutely. We've got some wonderful comments coming in here. Everybody just saying they love what they're seeing, but I have some, I have some great photos here too that we can share. Tell us about this one. This is Strange Person.
Oh yeah, I Married a Strange Person. This was my actually first big success doing an animated feature film. And it was shown all over the world and was a big hit. And I can tell a story about this one if you want.
Yeah, absolutely. We love the stories. Yeah.
Okay, well, this was also in Sundance. A lot of my films were in Sundance, but this is my second feature film in Sundance. And we showed it, and the people loved it, but we didn't get any offers for deals. And that's the reason why people go to Sundance, to make a deal. So I was on a bus, the bus in Park City, and one of the big distributors, the head of the distribution, was there for Lionsgate Films. And I got all the courage. I said, and I walked up to him and said, "You don't know me. I'm Bill Plympton. Here's my card for I Married a Strange Person." And he said, "Well, I haven't seen it yet. I'm pretty busy. You know, I don't really think I'll have time to see it." And this wacky snowboarder was standing right next to me on the bus. It was a crowded bus, and said, "Dude, you made I Married a Strange Person? That fucking rock. That was a bitchin' film. You got it, man." And the guy said, "Okay, I'll take it." And he bought the film. And because of this crazy snowboarder who I just happened to run on the bus, and Lionsgate did a great job. It made a lot of money for them. I got royalties and everything, which is not easy in this movie business, as you know.
No, not at all. Not at all. What a cool story that is. You've got another one. Now, this is Quit Smoking.
Yeah, 25 Ways to Quit Smoking. This was on MTV for years, and they really loved it. I made a lot of money on this film, so I was happy they did that.
That's cool. How long did that one take to do that?
I usually take about a month. They go pretty fast.
Wow.
And yeah, because it's just color pencil. I can do a drawing, and well, you saw my drawing of Zeke. It takes like 5 minutes. So if I can do a drawing in 5 or 10 minutes, then it goes pretty fast. Also, a little technical thing. Disney does it on ones. In other words, they'd have a drawing for every frame of film. So 24 drawings per second. I don't do that. I do a drawing for every 4 frames of film. So that's 6 drawings per second. So I cheat. I get a lot more drawings done that way.
How to Kiss.
How to Kiss. No, this is, yeah, you're right. How to Kiss. Sorry. This was also a big success. All of my earlier films were on MTV, and I thank MTV. Of course, they wouldn't show them anymore, but thanks for MTV for getting me started in my career.
That's a really cool one. Guide Dog.
Guide Dog, yep. This was the sequel to Guard Dog, which, as you know, was nominated for an Oscar.
Which is this one here.
This one is a classic. In fact, I've done 6 Guard Dog films, and I'll probably do a 7th because everybody loves him, and I love him too. So I may do some more. So
this came after then.
Yeah.
Yeah. So tell us about this one.
Well, this is where he helps out blind people. And obviously everything goes wrong, and all the blind people get run over by buses and stuff. So he's a failure, and that's the story of his film, is that he wants to do good. He wants to have a master who loves him, but he always screws up and ends up very sad at the end.
Here's another one.
Oh yeah. This is oh my God, what is it? Cheat, yeah.
Yeah.
From Cheatin'. And this is I love this technique. It's very pencil. Now I do pen and ink, but this was when I was doing pencil, and it really has a nice look to it.
Absolutely. How long does it take to do the colorization? When you color it in, how long does that process take?
Yeah, I don't do the coloring on this. On the color pencil ones, I do the coloring, but these are digitally colored, and so they have a certain kind of watercolor technique that
stunning
works really well. Yeah.
The speaking of the digital world, I see somebody behind you. Cute
little
kid.
That's Lucas. Wow. Hey, Lucas.
Oh yeah, we always have kids that come in. Hello there. Kids, dogs, and cats jump on people's laps.
Yeah, cats. No dogs or cats here.
The digital world, as the digital world started taking over, was that an easy process? Did you embrace it?
It really was. It helped me so much because I was spending so much money on photo labs and film stock and editing facilities and everything. When it's digital, I can do it all at home, and it's basically free. So I am so happy that digital took over. It really has saved my life.
So you embraced it, because some people, they didn't always embrace it. They were like, "Oh,
That's
I
right.
do it I want analog. I want everything the other way."
Well, you know what? They got the money. They can afford it. I don't have the money.
The ones that have the money.
I finance the films out of my own pocket, so I gotta
I know.
be very tight with the money.
People might not realize that you do that, because that shows how much you really truly believe in the
That's true.
project.
That's true.
Totally believe in the project. I see an instrument in your hand.
Yeah, this is the guitar that Slide plays. It's a lap steel or a slide guitar, and I used to play pedal steel guitar. And so I'm going to sing you a song, if that's okay, and you tell me if it's too loud. Okay?
Oh, absolutely.
Is that too loud?
Not at all. No, sounds good.
And here's my slide bar. You sure that's not too loud?
No.
Okay, here we
This crowd likes it louder.
Okay. Well, I'm making a film called Slide, you know. Well, I'm making a film. It's called Slide. And I'm looking for money to finish my film. That's enough. You get the idea. But no, I love Slide.
To hear the rest, you got to go on Kickstarter.
Yeah. I'm going to
help them finish the movie and help them finish the song.
I may even do a song for the movie. Who knows? Because Slide is sometimes noodling around, and I can noodle. So
have you done songwriting over the years too?
No, I haven't done songwriting, but Maureen McKelleran, who did this music for Your Face and for the new film Slide, we used to play in bars in Manhattan in the 70s and 80s. And she was great. She's brilliant. She's a wonderful musician and singer. I was terrible. She kept me on because she felt sorry for me. But it was, we did do some sessions, but that was it. Unfortunately, animation takes a lot of time. So I had to give up one or the other, and I wasn't so good at music, so I gave up music.
Now, with the feature films, there is, I know you're a big believer in them not being too long when they're animation, right? That can really kill it. Tell us about that.
Boy, you did your research. I'm glad you brought that up. One of the gifts that I'm doing for Kickstarter Slide is that if you send some money in, I will give you lessons on how to be a success in animation or cartoons, whatever you want. And I have what's called Plimpton's Dogma. And these are 3 rules for you to be a success, just like me, making short films. Rule number 1 is keep your film short, 5 minutes or less. If you make it 10 minutes, 15 minutes, 20 minutes, no one's going to want to buy it. It's just too long. No one can program it. Nobody wants to see a long film. Number 2, make your film cheap. Try and keep it at $1,000 a minute or less. And thank God now with the digital economy or digital filmmaking process, it's a lot easier to keep your budget low. And number 3 is make it funny. If you make people laugh, no matter how bad the film is, technically, if it's really sloppy or ugly, or if you make people laugh, everyone's going to want to see it. And that's what I try to do. I try to make funny films that make people laugh. And so that's why Slide, I think, will be very funny. It's a very creepy kind of Tim Burton-ish Western. And that's the kind of stuff I love to do. And I think this is going to be my epic. In fact, this is going to break my Plimpton's Dogma rule. It's not going to be short. It'll probably be about 2 hours. Really? Just because I'm having so much fun doing all these drawings and all these characters, I can't stop myself. It's like, I gotta draw. And maybe I'll edit it down to an hour and a half. I don't know.
So you're cutting yourself some slack to go a little bit longer.
I'm breaking my rules.
But there is traditionally a rule about it, right? You don't want it to be too long with some of them, in case, because it can cause people to just be tuning out and not interested, right?
Yeah, some people say that animation is so intense when you watch it that if it's 2 hours long, your brain will kind of shut down. I don't know if I believe that. I think if the film is really entertaining and interesting, I think you'll still keep going with it. But we'll find out. We'll find out. It may not be 2 hours. It may be hour and a half, something like that. That's a good length for animated film. 90 minutes is perfect length.
Here's another one. This is Slide here.
Oh yeah, that's some of the imagery. My wife Sandrine did the watercolor effect, and these are the two lovers. That's Slide with the hat, and then Delilah, the girl that you saw earlier in the bar sequence, when they meet and play music together.
Now, you mentioned as well, again, the involvement with The Simpsons. Could you ever imagine The Simpsons ever becoming what it has become? I think I asked Mike Reese that when he was a guest as well.
Yeah.
It's just absolutely unbelievable, huh?
Well, it's a really well-written show. Matt is a very smart guy, Matt Groening, and a very funny guy too, by the way. And he really knows how to get stories that are not only meaningful but hilarious. And he sees the weaknesses in humanity and in people. And that's one reason I think that this show has lasted so long. Plus, it's animation, and the actors never get old. I mean, they're always the same age. And they've been doing it, what, 30, 40 years now, I think. And so it's timeless. Animation is timeless. And that's another reason I love to do animation. It never gets old.
Who are some of your heroes, Bill? Is Walt Disney one?
Preston Blair is a great one. Winsor McKay. I don't know if you know Winsor McKay. He did Gertie the Dinosaur way back in the 20s. N.C. Wyeth, I love him. I love Tim Burton, of course. I love Elia Kazan and Billy Wilder and Frank Capra, Tarantino, of course, the Coen brothers. There's a lot of people out there I love.
And there was something you did where it caught the eye of Quentin Tarantino, right?
Oh, yeah. I was going to tell you that story. I was at Sundance, which the Toon got in there, which is my first animated feature. And that one was the first animated film to get a feature film to get into Sundance. So it's quite an honor. And the screenings went really well. We were really doing well. But a lot of the distributors said, well, it's animation. It's not for kids. Who's going to buy this? It seems like a waste of time. So I was at one of the filmmaker parties, and this nerdy guy comes up to me and said, "Oh my God, Bill Plymphton. Oh my God, I've seen all your films. I've seen How to Kiss, One of Those Days, Your Face." And it turned out this was Tarantino. And he had a film there called Reservoir Dogs. And his film hadn't shown by that time yet. And so nobody knew who the guy was. And by the time the first screening happened, people were fainting in the audience. The ear scene, remember the ear scene where they cut off the ear? People were fainting in the audience, and they had to carry people out and everything. So he was a super celebrity after the first week. And we're still friends. We're still buddies. In fact, if you ever watch the film Kill Bill, the beginning of it, where Uma Thurman gets married at that little chapel, she's marrying Mr. Plimpton. And I saw Quentin. I said, "Quentin, where'd you get this name, this Plimpton guy?" He said, "That's you, dude. You're Mr. Plimpton." So I like to be appear and make appearances in Quentin's films.
Anybody else in the family where the bug has been bitten to do this kind of work?
Well, my wife does a lot of the coloring for the films. Right. My sister, Peggy, is a painter, but she's sort of retired now. She's not doing it that much. But no, my family was very, not conservative, I shouldn't say that, but very straight arrow. My dad was a banker, and my mom was a housewife. So it was really a normal family. I just knew when I was 4 years old that I loved drawing all day long, and that's all I wanted to do was draw. So that's why I do animation, because that's all you do is draw all day long.
Are there, when you look at the body of work thus far, and I mean, you're still creating, you're still doing all of this incredible work for the good of all of us. What are some of the projects that you think of, Bill, that are near and dearest to your heart? I know I've asked this question of a lot of people who create characters, people who write books and have characters in their books. They almost treat the characters like they are their children. They're very protective of the character.
Sure, yeah.
So do you feel very attached to all the characters? And what are some of the standout projects you've worked on that really speak to you first the most?
What happened?
That's a tough question, right?
Sandrine? Sandrine?
Oh, you're there. Did you hear us?
Okay, now I hear you.
Yeah. You froze just a
they
little
went
bit.
dark. Well, all the characters. I love all the characters.
Yeah, you're freezing just a little bit there. Freeze frame.
Losing the connection.
It's the Wi-Fi signal on that end there. Yeah. Welcome, family to the rescue.
Yeah. Yes, she's my computer expert.
We thank her very much, our production assistant tonight.
Yeah. Well, in fact, I did this one film you can see online called Hitler's Folly. And even Hitler, I love the character Hitler because he wanted to be an artist. He wanted to be a painter. And so I thought, what would happen if Hitler, instead of going into politics, actually went into art and wanted to be a cartoonist, wanted to be an animator? And what would his films look like, So it's a really, Mel Brooks kind of takeoff on history and Hitler, because I love Mel Brooks. He takes these most evil characters and makes them funny, and that really disarms them. And that's why I like this film, Hitler's Folly. It's a feature-length film of a mockumentary about Hitler being a cartoonist, and you can find it online if you want to go to it. It's called Hitler's Folly. And so even him, I protect that character because I think it's a funny character. So yes, you're right.
You get attached to them and
get attached to my characters, and I use them again. Guard Dog, I'll sneak Guard Dog in there every so often, and some other characters too.
Which character of all the ones you've created over the years, Bill, is the most like Bill Plympton? Is there anyone that's...
Oh boy, yeah, that's a tough one. I think Slide, the new film, because he's from Oregon. He plays lap steel guitar. He lives up in the woods. He's against violence. He doesn't have a gun. He uses his guitar for retribution, and he's a romantic. So I think that's as close as I can get to me.
What are some other things that are on your bucket lists that, in addition to Slide and the projects that you're working on now, the movie and all, what are some other things that you still would love to tackle?
Yeah, well, I'm talking to Whoopi Goldberg about doing something with her.
That's
she's
right.
a big fan of animation, and she's a big fan of mine, apparently. And so I contacted her. Actually, I met her at a party, and I said, I heard you're a fan. She said, yeah, Bill Plympton. I said, well, let's do something together. And she said, yeah, I'd love to. So we're talking about doing something now, but that's after Slide. I really want to finish up Slide. And like I say, I can finish it in 6 months. All the drawing will be done, and then it's just time for, oh, there we go. Thank you. Time for working on Whoopee.
Now, how long did it take you to write that on that piece of paper?
That's maybe 20 seconds. I don't know. I should do a drawing, and okay, I tell you what I will do, because it's really boring. I'm going to do a drawing of my guard dog. Okay, I'm going to do the guard dog for you.
That would be cool, yeah.
It's got one tooth on the top, one tooth on the bottom. There's little stuff coming out here. There's my guard dog. And he's probably going to make an appearance in Slide too. I'll have to get him in there somehow, because
Yeah.
he's sort of like Alfred Hitchcock. He always appears in one of the films.
In one of the films. Do you have a target date when you would like that project to be done, or is it?
Yeah, and with animation, it's hard because who knows what's going to be next. But I'm guessing that 2022, the beginning of 2022, because I want to finish the film in 2021, and then post-production will be starting in the spring, I'm hoping. And so I'm thinking 2022 it should be done.
Now, is it all being done there? I mean, out of your home, or do you go to another location?
Now it is, but the coloring, we don't have room for all the colorists in our studio. So that'll be done on site. And with the virus, of course, it's safer that way, that people do it at home digitally. And that's pretty easily done because we'll give them the color and they just have to match the colors on their animation.
Have you ever had an opportunity, or have you wanted to have an opportunity to teach others how to do some of the incredible stuff that you do, Bill?
I used to do that. I've had the Plimpton School of Animation twice.
Right. Yeah.
And it was a big success. We had people flying in from all over the world every week. They would come in every Wednesday night, fly home, then come back the next Wednesday night. I mean, that's expensive as hell. And I tell you the truth, I get burnt out because teaching is like being on stage and improvising. I mean, you're pretty good at it. You're good at improvising, but when you're trying to teach somebody, your brain, my brain gets fried. So I probably won't do that again. Although, as you know, for the Kickstart Slide campaign, I will do it I think it's $100 or something like that. I will give you some lessons and give you tips on how to be a success in animation.
That is cool. Somebody actually asked, I guess, assuming that, you do it all. Have you ever tattooed people?
No, I haven't, but I've seen my face on people's arms, and that's scary. Really? Yeah, someone from Latvia got my face on their arm, and I said, "That's disgusting."
Does it look like this? Does it look like this?
A little bit. But it scares me that there's some tattoo artists out there tattooing people with my face. It's
now.
It's scary.
When you sketch like this particular one, which is you, of course, and it's so spot on. Are you doing it from a picture, or is it just from the picture in your mind, or both?
No, that's a mirror. I have a mirror in front of my drawing board, and I look in the mirror and I just draw it from there. All the artists do that. I mean, Rembrandt did it, Picasso did it. Everybody likes, when you get bored, you draw yourself in a mirror. So that's what I did. It's kind of a common thing.
Marcia said you have a cult following. That is for sure, because
I do. Yeah, I love cult followings. But I want to break out and be more mainstream if I could. I mean, Tim Burton did it. So if Tim can do it, why can't I? So I'm hoping this Slide film will break out of the cult. And you're right, I do have a cult following, and I'm happy for that cult following. But I need to make money.
Yeah, bottom line. Well, you and I were talking about, and I wonder if it's something, the kind of work that you would also do, that brilliant animated film, the Snowman, and how that beautiful, which was really, and if folks have never seen it, it's all done to music, and it's about a half hour, 25 minutes. PBS has aired it, and it's just really touching. It's exquisitely done. The music, we're walking in the air, and the boy sees the snowman come to life.
Yeah, but I'll tell you,
it's incredible.
I'll probably never do a film like that. It's not in my DNA.
I'd
probably have the snowman taking off his clothes and jumping on someone's body or something.
You would take it to the next level.
I know what. That's a good idea. I'll take the snowman. He pulls out his carrot nose and starts stabbing people. That could be my plot of my next film.
But he would do it with love, right?
Yes, and with humor. It would be funny.
What are some of the things that do inspire you to create the art? Are you an observer of people? I mean, there's various things I'm sure that inspire you. Like, somebody who I had Melissa Manchester, the wonderful music lender, a couple of weeks ago, and she said, in terms of being inspired to create, she said sometimes there'd be something that triggers her, a real cool source of inspiration, and she immediately has to go right to the piano and start a tape recorder going and just get whatever her fingers are doing, almost like something's taking over, and get that recorded and save that, because the longer she steps away from it, it starts to fade. The initial germ of the idea starts to fade. Are you inspired out of the blue randomly like that too?
Yeah, I carry around a little notebook and I jot down ideas every day. I live in New York City, as you know.
Yeah.
And New York City is really a cartoon city. It's not.
I've heard you say that.
Very unreal. And so I'm always seeing with strange things and getting these strange ideas and getting inspired by characters I see on the street. So yeah, I think it's very important, and it's true what she says. If you don't write it down immediately, it disappears forever, and you'll never find it again. And that's very frustrating. That's happened to me a few times. But like the guard dog film, I saw a dog in the park barking at a bird. And I wonder, why is that dog afraid of a tiny bird? And so I went inside the dog's brain, and I realized he was afraid the bird would attack his master, and he would lose his companion, lose his meal ticket. And so I thought, oh God, that's a great idea. And I ran home immediately to start sketching the dog and different ideas of innocent animals that spark his evil imagination. And so it's exactly the same thing. It's so true.
Yeah, that's fantastic. Show us the Kickstarter thing again so people can see.
Oh, yeah. Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah.
Kickstartslide.com.
Now, have you had situations, I would imagine, when with the magazines and newspapers and all, you're in a position where you can do things when you want to do them as you get the inspiration to do them. But when you were doing it for magazines and, Plymptoons, newspapers and everything, was it more of, okay, I got to come up with something new and I got to do it quick because there's deadlines and it's got to be in the next edition or any of that? Tell us about the difference between that world and just doing it as you are inspired.
Well, I was happy to do cartoons. I did stuff for Lampoon, funny cartoons, and for all the men's magazines, Playboy, Penthouse, and We, and everything. But it really wasn't my thing. And the politics, I like politics, but it really wasn't my best love, and that was definitely animation. I mean, I went to see animation all the time on TV. I bought all the videos and everything. And so that's really what I was yearning to do. And fortunately, I got the opportunity in 1985 to do this film called Boomtown, which was a story written by Jules Feiffer, the great Village Voice cartoonist. And that was a place where I learned how to really make a film, the whole process from the storyboards to finished print. And once I had that knowledge, and the film was pretty good, actually. It got released all over the United States. It won some prizes and festivals, but it wasn't my film. It wasn't my ideas and my crazy humor. And so once I learned the technique, then I went to Your Face, the film Your Face. And that's what really exploded me on the animation scene. And I've never looked back since then.
That's amazing. What would you say to somebody watching live right now or later on our YouTube channel at Jim Masters TV in the archives, and they watch this episode, Bill, and they're considering going into this line of work, into animation and being a cartoonist, an animator, maybe filmmaker, combining all these worlds? What would you say to somebody watching who's really considering doing this kind of?
What I would do is, if I was going back to my college days, I would make a film, a 1 minute, 2 minute film, just a teaser, like a sizzle reel of all the best things you could do, whether it's live action or animation. It doesn't make any difference, but it's the kind of film you want to do. The stories you want to tell, the characters you want to portray, and make it as good as you can. and then enter it in the festivals. And that's where you get discovered, is in the film festivals. Now, right now, because of the virus, the festivals are sort of in a hiatus. But I think starting in 2021, the festivals are going to come back. And also, it's a good introduction piece if you want to go to an advertising agency, or you want to go to a film distribution company, or be in a film festival. You need to have something to display your talents, and that's what I would do. And Your Face, my film, Your Face, was that film. Whenever I show it, people say, "Oh, you're a genius. We want you," and that's what you want people to say.
Mm. That is perfect. That is perfect. You absolutely love what you do, don't you? Because I mean,
yeah, you got to, because I'm not getting rich on it, but I'm having fun on it. So that's the important thing.
Who is there a consumer that you have in your mind when is there an audience that you play to, or is it for anybody?
It's pretty much me, whatever makes me happy. And then my friends, if my friends laugh, and oftentimes I show my friends the film and they will critique it and tell me that this doesn't work, this works, change that. So it's basically my crowd.
Yeah, that's fantastic. Well, I tell you, you're absolutely amazing, and we wish you nothing but continued success in all that you're doing, Bill. And I hope, once this virus is passed, fingers and toes crossed, maybe we'll get together with June and maybe go for dinner or what have you. It would be a pleasure.
I'd love that.
It would be a real pleasure to chat with you.
I would love that. Yeah.
You're really you're a national institution. I know you're you're very humble about it too. I know you get the the accolades, the awards, the cult following on all of that, and you're reserved, and you express yourself through your work in such an incredible and thought-provoking way too, really, in a way that gets us thinking, I think. And what I love about it is it also reminds me, you mentioned Mel Brooks, but it also has, and I'm sure you were a fan of this comedian, almost like an Ernie Kovacs-esque.
Oh yeah, I loved Ernie.
I was just about to say, I bet you love Ernie Kovacs, right?
You know what? I'm glad you brought that up, because another big influence is Monty Python, and they had very similar humor. It's very deadpan. It wasn't slapstick, and it was just kind of devious. It kind of snuck in there, and people sort of had no expression, and you knew that it was so surreal, so bizarre, that you had to laugh. And that's the kind of humor I want to do.
Yeah, and because we take life sometimes so seriously that a lot of it is nonsense.
Yeah, it sure is.
And you sort of remind us of some of it through your extraordinary talent and your extraordinary work, Bill.
Thank you.
It was truly a blessing, and we really appreciate all the time. Could you believe we've actually been talking for almost an hour and 10 minutes?
I see that. Yes.
It doesn't seem like it, does it?
No, it doesn't.
Well, I hope
I do have to get to bed, though.
Yeah.
I got to get up tomorrow and start drawing some more scenes.
That's it. Do you ever, a friend of mine who used to do screenplays and screenwriting of movies and stuff, he's since gone. He used to, sometimes he liked to work, he said, when the house was still at night. Sure. So when the family was sleeping, his parents, his sister, and everything was still, he did some of his best work because the phone wasn't ringing. There was no responsibilities. Right. Nobody was calling upon him to do this. And he could totally focus on the work. And then sometimes he said that he would wake up 2, 3 in the morning out of a dream or something like that, and he would immediately go right to his typewriter and start typing these incredible things. Do you have that as well? Do you work well at night? And
in the morning, the morning's best for me because it's very quiet and it's very dark outside. And if I do have an inspiration at night or in the morning, I write it down. I always write it down. So yeah, I get a lot of work done that way. But I work all day long. I put my headphones on, listen to Emmylou Harris, and I can draw for days and days.
Yeah. Merlin's wishing you happy holidays to you and
your family. Merlin.
Juanita in South Africa, where it's late into the hour, says thank you for
your
interesting
morning there. Yeah.
Do you get to travel with the work that you do to other
areas?
I
used to.
You
Not
did.
This year, but yeah, I travel 2 or 3 times a month to I haven't been to South Africa yet. I'd love to go, but mostly Europe and Asia. That's where I go the most.
Thank you, Bill, for sharing your brilliance with us as well. This was amazing, and just really scratching the surface of the incredible work you do. You're more than welcome to come back, my friend, and I hope that the show met whatever expectations you had.
Yes. Oops, I'm dropping all my papers.
Oh, what's that one?
Oh.
The one, yeah.
Those are sketches of the characters from Slide. Some of the characters. Can you see it? The detail. Yeah, there you go.
Very cool. Very cool. Very nice.
Guard Dog.
There's Guard Dog.
Well, Jim, it's been a lot of fun. Thank you. I'm glad you contacted me.
Absolutely.
And wanted me to be on your show. I really appreciate it.
Kathleen in New York City says, stay safe, Bill. Thanks for sharing your talents with us. Jill Jason says, thank you, Bill, for sharing your brilliance with us. And this was wonderful. I hope the show met your expectations and you enjoyed the time with us as much as we did with you, Bill.
Okay, Jim.
You take care. Bye-bye now.
Okay,
good luck with everything. Have a good holiday.
Thank you.
Bye-bye now. Amazing, right? So you got a chance to learn something more about maybe somebody you were a fan of already, or perhaps maybe you learned about him the first time. Maybe you've seen his work, but you didn't put a face to it. Well, there you go. And we have, that was him live, but we started with this, which is extraordinary. There he is. And again, we were showing some of the extraordinary work. It really is brilliant, isn't it? It's absolutely amazing. And again, this is just scratching the surface. You can see a lot of his work online, some of the actual films. There's Guard Dog he was talking about, and there's Guide Dog, which came after, How to Kiss, Quit Smoking. This is Slide, the one that he's talking about now. Strange Person. Your Face was one of the first he was talking about. Yep, wacky and provocative. This was one of the books from Walt Disney that really kicked it off for him when he was like 12, 13 years old, he said. And then, of course, this one by Preston Blair, Learn How to Draw Animated Cartoons. That was another one. And then we showed some clips too, but there's so much more to this brilliant individual with an interesting take on life. You know, after producing many shorts as well that also appeared on MTV, which he talked about, Spike and Mike's, he turned his talent to feature films. And in 91, he made 11 feature films, 8 of them, The Tune, which I just watched again before I came on live, and Mundo Plimpton, I Married a Strange Person, Mutant Aliens, Hair High, Idiots and Angels, Cheatin', Revengeance are all animated features. And again, Oscar nominated twice for his work. And he does have an international cult following. His work has a touch of surrealism. It really does, doesn't it? That's a good way to put it. Came in late, but another amazing show, Jim. Absolutely. You can see it all on our YouTube channel. Anybody watching on YouTube, we would love if you subscribe to the channel. We're getting to a milestone mark with the channel, which is going to be cool and exciting because that really helps our show big time. So we're going to be able to do some even more things with you and for you as we reach this important milestone on YouTube. So we encourage you to subscribe to the channel. We would love that. That's at Jim Masters TV. That's where we archive all of the episodes. And as we say here on this Entertainment Lifestyle Talk Show series, every single show is something different. Last night, we had an amazing time with Tess Labella, all decorated in our Christmas garb, and we sang Christmas carols together, Tess and I don't know if you saw that. We just had a blast. We had an absolute blast. So you can see that episode on our YouTube channel as well. Very interesting chat tonight, wasn't it? The man behind the filmmaking, the animation, and a brilliant cartoonist for years. Again, syndicated in national papers for years, magazines, incredible feature films, and so much more. Really, really cool. A celebration of another of the arts of creativity here on the Jim Masters Show. Yes, you did. And we appreciate that, Merlin. That's a double levity who subscribes to our YouTube channel. We really appreciate that. Amazing show with me and Tess. Wasn't that a lot of fun? Hey, I want to tell you some of the folks that are coming up tomorrow. We've got music. We've got everything from music to numerology with Bobby Horowitz. She's a dear friend. She's incredible. There I am. And Now I became Bobby. She's incredible. She's a brilliant, a noted songwriter, singer, entertainer, numerologist. She's here on Wednesday. That is tomorrow night. Thursday, you're not going to believe Thursday's show. Thursday is a big show. This is celebrity caricaturist Ken Fallon. I've seen so much of his work over the years. He sent me so much material that we're going to show you that's incredible. That's Thursday night. He is extraordinary. He is internationally known. He's from the United States, of course. This is Ken Fallon. He is a renowned caricaturist, caricatures of famous people and more. He's all excited to be here Thursday night. We can't wait to have him here. Emmett O'Hanlon is here on Friday, originally with Celtic Thunder, Irish-American baritone. He is here. We can't wait. We're very excited about that. Tammy McCann is here on Friday night. We're all excited about that as well. Over the weekend, Keith Harkin is going to be here, of course, originally with Celtic Thunder. Great singer-songwriter Conor McGinty, who was on X Factor. That's right, in Great Britain. He was on X Factor, very popular voice competition show. He's an incredible musician, songwriter, singer, and so much more. He's going to be here in coming weeks. Sir James Galway and Lady Jean Galway. You're talking about legends here. Sir James Galway, his birthday's coming up, and they're celebrating it now. And he he has sold over 30 million albums worldwide. He's absolutely incredible. We always tell you, don't forget to smile and don't forget to share the levity. Find your Zen place for our very special guest, Bill Plympton. Of course, it's when he's drawing and when he's creating and animating. And for me, I love to draw too. I studied architecture, design, and mechanical drawing. So I really appreciate Bill's work deeply, but I also love the ocean and time with loving family and friends. I love my work as well here in television and radio professionally, working for networks and stations and stage and everything. Really love it. Find what you do. A lot of people during this year where we've been dealing with the pandemic and all of this, a lot of people have been reevaluating their lives and reevaluating what they want to do with their life. So if there's ever been something you've wanted to do, whether it's a passion, a hobby, or both, why don't you try it now? Why don't you try it? Do something a little bit different. This show here, this Entertainment Lifestyle Talk Show series, sort of was born out of my professional work in television and radio. And during this time, I turned on the lights and built the home studio here, which is all decorated for the holidays. We hope you like it. We've got a couple more things we're going to put. I think by tomorrow we'll have something extra on the set. And we'll see whoever watches tomorrow when Bobby Horowitz is here, who discovers what is on our set that's new. Christine says, wonderful show tonight. Last night was so much fun. Good night, Jim and Lovity's. You too, Christine. Ken's incredible. Oh, yes, I agree. Kathleen Walker, thanks. Jim, have a terrific night. Good night, all. You too, and Merlin and Maureen, fun evening. Thank you for the stress release. My pleasure. We thank you very much. And Marilyn says, good night, Jim, and thank you. Your good shows you bring us. My pleasure. Juanita says, great show. Thanks, Jim. Good night. Keep safe, everyone. You as well. Wonderful interview with Bill, fabulous artist and storyteller. Thank you very much, Sharon, and welcome to the Jim Masters Show Live. We've been here 36 weeks, over 200 episodes, and all the past episodes are on our YouTube channel. Folks from television, radio, film, Broadway, Hollywood, science, nature, health, wellness, culinary arts, comedy, animation, authors. It's really amazing what we have on our show. Traditional entertainment lifestyle talk show series. I'm looking at more of these comments coming in. Thank you very much. We appreciate it. Thank you very much, Sherry. Another amazing show. Appreciate it. And love it, love it, love it. Tess loved it too. Had to dash off a few minutes. You're back. Tess, thank you very much. How did this get empty? You didn't see me drink anything, did you? I think it's George Burns. George Burns took it all. Gilligan says good night. I'm sure Bill loves these characters, right? It was an honor to have Bill. He's truly renowned as a cartoonist, animator, and filmmaker. Check out his work. There we go. Jeannie's in the bottle saying good night. George Burns says good night to you all. We'll be back 7 p.m. Eastern, 4 p.m. Pacific tomorrow on Facebook and YouTube with the incredible Bobby Horowitz. It's going to be a lot of fun. We're dear friends, and she's a hoot. She's also a numerologist, too. I wonder if she's going to tie in any of that into what we're going to be talking about and what she's going to be doing. We have a lot of music for you, too, as well. John Ways says, 36 plus week. Yeah, it's been amazing in such a short time, the amount of people on the YouTube channel. Keep spreading the word for us, my friend. You remember John was with us. He was incredible. He's a brilliant illusionist. We'll have to have him back on the show, too. I know you guys loved when John joined me. We had such a great, fascinating conversation. Remember when John Ways was on? He's now a viewer of our show as well and a fan, and we're a fan of his as well. Thanks, Tess. What was that a hoot last night or what, Tess? I'm still like, I'm still loving it. That was so great. Can't wait to watch Bobby. She'll be here tomorrow. Kathleen Walker says, nice early night for you. Get some rest. Absolutely. Morton says, thank you so much for this. I'm a huge fan of Bill Plympton. My pleasure, Morton. And I hope you're subscribed to our YouTube channel, Jim Masters TV right there. We would love that. And you can check out all the episodes of our Entertainment Lifestyle Talk Show series. We do this series here out of the United States in the greater New York area between New York and Boston on the southern New England coast. That's where this show originates from. Good night to you, Mary Bishop. And Kathy Short says, Jim, your set is so homey. I love it. Thanks for a great show. Have a good night. You too. And another amazing show. Thank you. My pleasure, Jill. I'm glad you guys get so much enjoyment out of these shows. It really, really matters to me. Sharon says, wonderful interview. Thank you again, Sharon. And Juanita, good night to you as well. You get to sleep early. Good night. Lots of love, Tess. You too. Thank you. Thank you. My pleasure, my friend. And you guys are all the best. I loved every minute still on cloud 9 from last night, right? I know that we'll have you back again. We'll have more fun, much more fun coming up. And Ann Harriskin says, oh, you say that, which we love. And Ann Harriskin says, have a wonderful evening, everyone. You too, Ann. And looking cozy over there, sir. Take care and everyone have a safe, pleasant evening. You too, John, my friend. Best of the holidays to you as well. Looking forward to Bobby, XOXO. Thanks, June, for everything as well. We love you, June. I'm glad everything is going well. Yes, John was amazing. Remember wondering what it would be about and ended up being a huge fan now. Isn't that great? That's the way it works on the Jim Masters Show, Entertainment Lifestyle Talk Show series. We don't do this like a podcast or a stream. We do this like a television show. And that's what I love about it. Really cool. One more thing that we do here on the show before we wrap up, we do say relax, breathe from the diaphragm, take care of one another, love each other, and love yourself. We toast to all of you. We thank you for your time. Hopefully you got entertained and learned something new about a national treasure like Bill Plympton. He's very modest about all of that, but I can say it for him. Levity to all. I concur. Our friend Christine Clifton in North Carolina. Good stuff. Good stuff. You guys are the best. Levity is what it's all about. Humor, inspiration, good times, good conversations, great entertainment, lots of surprises, and levity. This is your host, Jim Masters, thanking you for your time this time. Till next time, we will see you tomorrow, 7 p.m. Eastern, 4 p.m. Pacific, with Bobby Horowitz here. Big, big week of guests coming up throughout. It's been amazing just ever since we started this show, actually. And with all of you here, it just keeps getting better. Thanks for all the love, the tagging, the sharing, liking the pages, the Facebook page. A lot of you might be watching on that right now. Give it a like if you would like to. We'd love it if you liked. You can find me on Instagram and Twitter, Twitch and Periscope as well, all at Jim Masters TV. We try to make it easy. We have everything as Jim Masters TV, so it's all streamlined. Good night to you, Willie in Holland as well. You get to go to bed early tonight, or a little bit earlier than normal. Yes, last night with Tess still makes me smile today. It was beyond fun. We just let it roll. And we do that with the show. We could easily script this. We could easily pre-record these and super edit them. But I think it loses something. I love live. I love the element of live because a lot of the work I've done in television and radio is live. You know, I've done a lot of scripted and teleprompter stuff, but I really love the element of live. There's just such an energy about it, and anything can happen. And we get to bring all of you in too, into the fold, into the mix as the lovities around the world. So good stuff. And hugs to one and all. We're going to sign off. You guys enjoy. You have a wonderful rest of your day, your morning, your evening. Those watching in New Zealand and Australia, good day. Those of you watching in the late time zones in Asia and Europe, good night. I will say good night to everybody watching here in the States and in Canada. 2:30 a.m. That is late. Only 8:30 here, so we can have ice cream. It's the holiday season. We do wish all of you around the world, because we have an international audience, keep spreading the word. How does it help the show? It helps it big time when you tell everybody about the show. More people discover, and every single day we have more and more people who are discovering this entertainment lifestyle talk show series. It's building, it's like building blocks. And I think we're doing it the right way. We didn't rush anything. We're doing it the right way, trying to maintain quality, trying to maintain enthusiasm and passion, and a certain feel and vibe without it being locked in or boxed in. The show is really something for everybody. Wishing you and yours happy holidays from all of us here at the Jim Masters Show Live. And again, we'll see you tomorrow, same bat channel. I'll be here with the cast of characters, and we hope you are here too. Good night. And Renee and Ira, good night as well. Good to see you. As always, lovities, we love you all. You take care. You be well. And tomorrow we're going to have something added to our festive holiday set here. I hope you enjoy our holiday set. Looks kind of nice, very colorful, right? And there's going to be something, we're going to add something to the set. Let's see. Take a mental picture of our set now. And then when we're back tomorrow, see if you notice anything added. We're going to add something special to the set tomorrow, if we can fit it in. I mean, we've got a lot going on here. There's even a gift behind me. You see it? Yeah, there we go. There's a gift back there. There's Santa Claus back there. I'm sort of blocking him. I'm in a special red chair for the holidays too. I don't know if you can see sort of yeah. And there's Santa back there. And that's a Santa over there. That's a family heirloom, actually. And so is the other one. There. We got it. There. There's a lot of family heirlooms here on set. And that's great. I like things that have sentimentality and feeling to them, It's cool. You can always get stuff at the store, but when stuff is passed down or somebody made it or it's a family heirloom, makes it extra special. What else could we fit in there? I know. Well, we can definitely fit cookies, but it won't be something edible. All right. Good night, lovities. Be safe. You too. Good seeing everybody. Nice getting together with you. Really a pleasure. Nice getting together with you. It perks up my day as well. I love the fact that we have this community here, because every single day, and we do these shows just about every single day, I look forward to it as well, because no matter how crazy and rough the day is, we all meet here in the evening and sometimes in the afternoon when we do afternoon special episodes. Like we had 2 episodes yesterday, and over the weekend we did 2. But I also look forward to joining all of you and hearing about your lives, because we're one big community here, and that's the way life should work, right? You guys are the best. You take care. We'll see you tomorrow on the Jim Masters Show Live. Good night.